Hi, welcome to Just Common Sense. My name is Brian Harrison. And hey, guys, haven't talked to you in a few days. Definitely want to get back to you. Had Jerry, had Jose on the forum last night in the studio here. We were talking about a lot. Had Larry out there on the phone. I'm going to have a couple more people on the studio. A couple people are going to be making phone calls. Listen, we've got a lot going on. I'm actually trying to get something going on downtown Raleigh over the weekend coming up. Not this weekend, the following weekend. We'll talk about that. Let me see if I can do it. Trying to see if I can get a rally going. We'll see. I'm working on it. I don't know. I'm talking to the right people. We'll see how it goes. Now, that being said, I do want to go over a couple things that's going on out there. Obviously, everybody keeps talking about this new variant. Look, I've said it before, I am not against vaccines, but you can't force vaccines on people. That is their choice, their body. Something that is not FDA approved is a problem. It's scary for a lot of people. I get it. I understand it. It's their choice. But again, companies out there are trying to pressure you right now taking this vaccine. There's people out there trying to pressure you of taking this vaccine. There's the government out there trying to pressure you to take this vaccine. Look, I'm not against vaccines. Okay, I said I've been vaccinated. That's fine. But again, that's my choice. Other people have their own choices. They can do what they want. Okay? Now, I'm saying this. I personally am not showing anybody my papers. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not for it. I'm not living in Germany in 1940s when Hitler was controlling everything. So again, my papers will not be seen by anybody. And that's my choice. Now, I'm going to go somewhere with this. We already heard Nancy Pelosi, crazy Nancy Pelosi. I'm going to call her that. She's got too much power. Way too much. She has lost it. She has really lost it. Let me tell you, she took her mask off the other day for a photo shoot when she was telling everybody on the House side, let me repeat that. When she was telling everybody on the Senate side, if you come over to the House, you're going to wear your mask or you're going to be not just fined, but arrested. Arrested. Well, Nancy Pelosi, let's go back to last year when you walked into a hair salon with no mask on, when this pandemic was really crazy out there. Why don't you go over there, turn yourself in? You should be locked up because you were endangering lives. You were endangering people last year for your own ego and being selfish. That's exactly what you are. Ego, selfish, and power hungry. You should be fired. You should be impeached. You should be gone from that chair. It is time for you to step down and retire. People are tired of you. You've got too much power. And let me tell you, maybe you need to go somewhere. Maybe they need to check you out and see, have a psychiatrist actually check you out and maybe do a mental capacity to see where you're at and what's going on with you. I'm going to tell you, this is absolutely crazy. We already talk about Joe Biden, and he has a lot of problems speaking out there. There's a lot going on with him. We see it. We don't know who's really running the country. We keep talking about that. Is Joe really running the country? Is Harris? No, I don't know. There's been talk about that. Joe's trying to force this vaccine on everybody. Look, you can't come to my property. I have a do not soliciting sign going up on my property. Of course, nobody's coming to my property anyway, I guess. But that being said, or anybody's property, and saying you need the vaccine, that is their choice. It's their choice. It's America. Just like many things are their choice. I know one thing I'm hearing right now. Well, it's my choice to abort a child that's 8 or 9 months old almost. That's murder. That's murder. So let me ask you this, guys. If you're out there and all of a sudden you don't get this vaccine, and you got another person around said, I got the vaccine. Oh my gosh, I got the vaccine. But you need to get vaccine. Oh my gosh, is this vaccine working then? Why are you so insecure if you have the vaccine? That's my question. Oh, well, it gets up the nose. It can get to somebody else. I do understand. That's fine. That's if that's the case. However, don't force it upon other people. I know people have religious views that don't believe in vaccines. That's their choice. That's their religious view. They're not hurting anybody. Now, these people, I've talked to them. They do believe in wearing masks, especially walking into a nursing home or with elderly people. Now, again, if you're not wearing a mask and you're not really wearing a good mask and you're going into a place like that, guys, anybody out there, you definitely need to wear a mask for that. Even I'm going to say that because we know the disease is out there. We know it. Now, I've heard, let's go over to Europe right now. Europe, I've got, let's just say my wife's spoken to somebody from Europe. I'm not going to get into all the details and all, but this particular individual despises Joe Biden, what's going on, but that's another story. However, what I want to say is this. Apparently, they let the new variant run through, and it's not as bad over there now. So, and my understanding is, I've heard no people died, but that I'm not going to say that because I didn't really research this part, but maybe that's true. I'm hearing this stuff spreads like wildfire, but again, who knows? What's Fauci really telling us? I just saw an article where Fauci's saying now everybody needs to wear a mask. Fauci, mask, no mask, mask, no mask. I don't know. Fauci, do you know what you're doing? You probably need to lose your license. Actually, if you don't know what you're doing, you should. You should go ahead, turn in your license and retire because you do not need to have a doctor's license right now. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Look, he's pushing this vaccine. He's pushing two particular vaccines. Rumor has it he gets paid off these vaccines. Now, again, I'm just saying, you guys can do your own research. But this is crazy what's going on out there right now. Look, I'm going to play something here in a minute from Ted Cruz. I'm a fan of Ted Cruz. Some people don't like him. Some people like him.
Lord Acton wrote a series of letters to Bishop Creighton. Letters that would echo down across the centuries. Lord Acton wrote, I cannot accept your canon that we are to judge Pope and King unlike other men, with a favorable presumption that they did no wrong. If there is any presumption, it is the other way, against holders of power, increasing as the power increases. Historic responsibility has to make up for the want of legal responsibility. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Great men are almost exclusively bad men, even where they exercise influence and not authority. Still more, when you superadd the tendency or the certainty of corruption by authority. Mr. President, those words were true in 1887, and they're true today. If you want to understand how power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, look no further than the other chamber in the United States Capitol. Speaker Nancy Pelosi is drunk on power. The orders that Speaker Pelosi is issuing are abusive and unprecedented.
Abusive and unprecedented. Listen, Nancy Pelosi needs to go. She definitely needs to be impeached. She has broken many laws. She has ripped up things when Trump was speaking. We've seen all kinds of craziness, and she gets away with it. During the pandemic, she's showing her refrigerator full of ice cream, fancy, expensive ice cream. Why people out there are starving and going through this whole pandemic. They don't want to see your refrigerator, Nancy Pelosi. They really don't. And now, of course, you're claiming you're giving money and doing all this. Let me explain that to you. No, the taxpayers are giving money and helping these people that shouldn't need help, half of them, most of them, actually. We do not need to be handing money out. I've said this a million times. Like my wife said, there was a company recently that they were going to go get dinner at, or lunch, let's say, and they were closed because they don't have enough staff. This is your fault, Pelosi. This is Biden's fault. This is Harris's fault. This is the whole left up there. This is your fault for what's going on here because you're handing out free cash, as you call it. It's not free. I understand when you're handing out to people that are truly looking for jobs, people that truly need help, that are not sitting on the couch and keep collecting money. I just heard another thing that California is going to be handing out some more money. These people on the left don't know how to do math. They definitely, the radicals, they don't know how to do math. And they don't know what's really going on. Oh, bull, they do. They know what's going on. They want to buy your vote. They just want to stay in power. I've said this. That's all it is. Guys, there's a lot that's going on. And you guys wake up and see this. I know a lot of the Republicans, and you guys hate us. I've heard it from from Democrats. Literally hate us. It's almost like we're divided. But the radical left is dividing us. It's the radical left. I got friends on the left, and we get along just fine. We may not always agree on everything, but at least we're not fighting over it. We're not. But the radical's crazy. And there's some radical right. I'm not going to deny that. Conspiracy theories, things like that. There was a conspiracy theory that I said something about. I said, we'll see. I just, there's a whole thing where Mike Lindell's talking and Trump's going to be reinstated in this month, around the 13th or the 14th. Yeah, that would be cool for us, but I'd be happy because the economy will get better. No, the economy's doing great right now. Yeah, okay. Inflation's going out the roof. Look, guys, this wave, it started when Trump was in office, but then it came down because of COVID back and forth. It's been going back and forth. The economy was doing fantastic when Trump was in office. Then everybody blamed it on, Trump's not doing a great job because COVID hit. Trump's the one that actually started handing out money when people needed it. When this went on, because we did not know much about this virus. Fauci did. I guarantee Fauci did. Know a lot about this virus. However, let's just talk about Wuhan, Fauci. Yeah, you know the story. How much money were you invested into that? Yeah, you know. But let's go back to this. I'm serious. People are talking about this thing. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. Hey, if it did, I'd be happy. But still, regardless, that's conspiracy theory. I'm a fan of Mike Lindell's. I'm going to say it. I like him. I don't think they should have pulled his ads down at all. It's his choice. If he likes Trump, it's his choice. And my gosh, because the news media, the radical left news media, said, let's pull him down. Anything to do with Trump is related. That's what they did. So, like I said, there's a lot that I like that Trump did. I don't like nothing that Biden's doing. Nothing at all. There's not one thing I can say that I like about Biden. Harris especially. Harris is a joke. So, I mean, what do we say about Harris? I mean, it's crazy. That's all she could do. Giggles, laugh. Weak Biden. Handing everything over to China and Russia. That's what he'd love to do, it looks like. So, hey, let's talk about something here in my own state. I'm going to say it. Let's talk about Roy Cooper. I went on the Twitter account the other day. I sent something out because I saw Roy Cooper actually put something out there talking about COVID and the CDC, which the CDC, we're not seeing anything good coming out of the CDC. They're confused too. Mask, no mask. Come on, CDC, wake up. But Roy Cooper put something out there. So what I asked him, I went into a chat. All I did was send charts and graphs. Something I mentioned on my YouTube show the other night, by the way. Charts and graphs out there, what's going on, especially with this new strain and all. Next thing, I got a reply that came back and said, well, this is really what's going on. I mean, he was going back and he was sending what the CDC and all that said. That's what I got all of a sudden. So I came back to him. Sounded like he was very upset. I don't give a damn. I'll be honest. Oops. Did I say that? I'm not supposed to do that. Sorry. It beat me out. I I try not to do that because I try to be a good Christian. I'm trying. I have my moments. No, guys, seriously, though. So he put something out there, and then I sent those charts is what I did. I sent the charts back, and then he comes back and he says, this talks about the CDC, and I said, do me a favor. I said, you're a public servant. You work for us. We're asking you to actually prove it and put charts out there. I want to see graphs and I want to see charts. All of a sudden, my Twitter went way up with all these people going out there and saying, I agree. Why don't you show this? A lot of hearts, emoji, all that type stuff. Happy with what I just said. Boom. He got quiet, didn't he? Because you got shut down. Prove it. Prove it. They'll probably be knocking at my door tomorrow because I said this. Bring it on. I don't care. Come on over and visit. Come visit. Let's talk about this face to face. I would love to talk with you face to face about this, Roy Cooper. Let's just see what happens. I'm trying to get a rally going on. We'll see if I can get it here next weekend, or not this weekend, but the following weekend. We'll see how it works out. I don't know. It would be next weekend. I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm not saying I'm trying to get with the right people, try to see what we could do. Hey, we can get it up there at the mansion. I'd love to have him come out and talk with me. I would love to actually have a conversation with him one-on-one, a debate. So let's talk about this whole thing with COVID and many other things that you're doing in the state. I'll say this, he's not as bad as some of the other governors out there in the state, such as the one in Chicago, California, New York. Crimes are at all-time high. We know that. We're having a lot more crimes here, by the way, in Raleigh. Hey, what can I say? It's another liberal, run by a liberal governor. However, I just saw this recently. I just saw a shooting. I just heard about it on the news yesterday, I believe it was. Very sad. A child got shot. This is happening a lot in Durham, but this one happened, I believe, in Raleigh. I just read. Very sad. So this is starting to pick up. I spoke with a retired police officer the other day. I'm not going to get into names and all that, but I spoke to somebody the other day, and this individual said, yeah, there's going to be something on the news tonight about how hard it is to get police working right now. They're short-staffed. And I love our law enforcement. I love what's going on with them. I think they're great people. We know that. But they're short-staffed. Why? Why? Nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to work for the police department because they're afraid they're going to get yelled at. Let's cut the police department's money, you know? I mean, that's pretty much what it is, defund the police. Not the Republicans. That was done by the left, the radical liberals. However, that being said, guys, go to my website, www.just-commonsense.com. Again, www.just-commonsense.com. Listen, you guys out there on my podcast right now, go to my YouTube. We did a YouTube the other night. I did not put it on podcast, but definitely go to YouTube. Check it out. It's an hour and a half. So I couldn't get it. I just didn't want to put it on podcast. But it's an hour and a half. Just go ahead and watch as much as you can. Start looking at it. Some of it's funny. It's got a lot of stuff in it, a lot of information. So, again, www.just-commonsense. Remember, I'm going to be gearing up to run for Senate. I'm already starting to talk to the right people. I'm getting more and more information. I'm getting a lot more followers, especially on my podcast. It's going crazy. Want to hear from you guys. Go to my email on my website. Let's go there. Guys, I'm going to hang it up right now. I've been talking about 20 minutes. I usually like to go a little longer, but I'm going to keep this one a little short tonight. Got to go spend time with my wife tonight. So we're going to probably sit down and watch a movie, and that's pretty much it. So, guys, as always, got to say this. Thanks for our law enforcement. Thank you for our military. Thank you for our first responders. Thank you for our truck drivers. Thank you for our farmers. Thank you for the people that are out there working, collecting a paycheck. I'm sorry you have to pay for these lazy people that aren't working. But again, guys, if you're not working, get back to work. It's time to get back to work. turn the money down. Let's go. Get back to work. Do the right thing. That's where you need to go with this. And again, God bless you. God bless America. Love you guys. Have a great, great day, great night, and I will see you in the next day or two. Take care. Thank you.